Hooked on Utah is proudly presented by Sportsman's Warehouse, America's premier outfitter. Goal Zero, renewable electric power anywhere. The Ken Garff Ford store in American Fork, 800-5-FORD. Browning Firearms and Outdoor Gear, the best there is. Smith & Edwards, Utah's original adventure store since 1947. Kershaw Knife Technology, made in America.
And it's time for my top holiday picks. You can check them out right here in store or online at sportsmanswarehouse.com. Hey, for the shooter in your family, great Christmas gift, Caldwell lead sled. It's one of my picks. For the youngster in your family, another top Christmas pick, the Daisy Red Ryder with a compass and the thing that tells time in the stock. Can't go wrong with this one. For the bird lover in your family, my top shotgun pick for Christmas season, the Browning Maxus. Whoever it is in your family will be blown away when Santa delivers this on Christmas morning. For the serious outdoors person in your life, I'll tell you what, you want to have them smiling from ear to ear, a brand new spotting scope. That'll tickle their fancy for sure. Every outdoorsman for Christmas would absolutely love a brand new Kershaw knife. I'll tell you what, they've got them all right here at Sportsman's Warehouse. Time to pull our pizzas out. We've had them in here for about 15-20 minutes. And you know, first off, we're gonna cut these bad boys in half. I don't go anywhere without my Kershaw knife. So we're just gonna grab and pull them out, and they are going to be very hot. I'm gonna grab me one, and I'm gonna...
And that's looking pretty.
Set that on our cutting board and take a look and see how we did here. Oh yeah, take a look at that. Absolutely beautiful. Razor sharp Kershaw knife. You know, these things make it very fun and simple to cook with. Got my cutting board, Kershaw knives, our pizzas. You ready to give it a taste?
I'm ready to give it a go.
Grab a corner of this cheese and tell me if it's done.
That's good.
We're gonna eat and we're back to fishing. You know I'm a knife junkie.
Oh, yeah.
I love my hunting and fishing knives, but you have some new knives, kind of the conceal carry style.
Yep.
Walk me through what we've got here.
Okay, these are new US made knives for us. They're all made with our Sandvik steel, which is a proprietary steel we're using. It's 14C28N, has unbelievable edge retention and the ability to resharpen as well. The first one here is called an Echelon, and this is a really fairly new design from us. It's got a very heavy, big bellied blade to it. The insert here is our speed safe insert, so you can actually see how it operates. You see the torsion bar move, but it also has G10 on the scale, which is what makes this knife extremely light. So very easy to carry. And it has something unique to us as well now, which is called our deep carry clip. So you can see it's recessed. So the knife is almost completely hidden in your pocket, which is a nice feature. Not everybody wants to know that you're carrying a knife. You don't want to show everybody sometimes. It has speed safe in it, which means that it opens with a little bit of an assist. And that's a really great new knife. We have the ability to switch the clip on each side, up, down, tip down carry. This one here is the Echelon, and this is a new one. This is an aluminum framed handle with an inner liner lock, and this is it's a different material here, so you can make a very light handle with the frame lock, which is this type of locking mechanism, made of a different material so it doesn't stick like some materials would. So the lightness is really the feature to this, as well as the ability to carry with a deep carry clip on it. This is called the Piston, and this is new as well. And this has got an interesting feature as well. This is called our sub frame lock, and this is new for us. And it takes a very light frame. We put a different type of liner inside, and it lightens the knife overall. It also has the ability to carry your clip tip down or tip up, so you can switch that if you'd like. And our lanyard holder is actually recessed and hidden. A lot of people now are carrying small paracord lanyards with their knives. It's an easy feature to pull the knife out with, and this kind of facilitated that. It's kind of some unique new looks from us. But they're all US made knives, retailing around, this is about 90, this retail around 100, both of these. And we're quite excited about it, and they're just debuting the market right now.
You know, Kershaw, known for making the finest knives, the finest steel used. You know, don't be that guy. Don't be caught in the backcountry, the backwoods, or the backyard without your Kershaw knife. My favorite knife of all time is this knife right here. I like it for a couple of reasons. One, the steel that's used holds an edge forever. It is a razor sharp knife. I like this rubber grip so that when the knife handle's wet, if you're taking care of your fish or your game animals, you can always control that knife really well, and it's so sharp that you can do the sensitive work that you need to for filleting. This is a killer knife by Kershaw. Absolutely one of my favorites. Kershaw makes this great diamond stone that you can just screw out like that, put it on, take your knife, Gives you enough handle here to control the diamond stone. If you notice, this is curved. That stone is curved, and so that your blade follows the curve as you go back and forth. Two of my favorite products. You know what? Check them out at your local retail store. Sportsman's Warehouse carries these. Kershaw, absolutely the very best knives and sharpeners made. Carlton, you know I'm a huge fan of Kershaw knives. It's the only knife I have in my pack. Today I want to talk a little bit about the hunting knife selection that you have and what's new.
This one here in the end is our mini skinner. It's a very small skinning knife. All of the blades are made with a material called Sandvik 14C 28-inch steel, which is a proprietary steel to us right now. Some of it's coming out in the market right now, but it's the best fine blankable steel that exists in knives today. And this is a new knife we're coming out with this year called the Diskin Hunter. Diskin's a designer that we work with, but it's a much more substantial knife, a bigger knife for people who like that in their hunting.
Well, and one thing that really sets a Kershaw knife apart above any other brand out there is the quality of the steel.
Yes.
And the hardness and how well it holds an edge. Yes. You know, this is one you'll always find in my pack as well. It's been a primary go-to, but I use mine now as a backup because I have a few other Kershaws that have become my primary knives. But you can't beat a Kershaw knife. Next time you're thinking about a high-quality blade at a price point that meets your budget, Kershaw, it's the only knife you should be carrying. All of the items shown on this week's checklist can be found right here at Sportsman's Warehouse and online at sportsmanswarehouse.com. We'll be using a Browning Auto just like this, chambered in 7mm mag for the goat hunt. We'll be shooting Federal Premium 7mm Remington mag with 160 grain Barnes triple shock. Browning makes the finest camo available in full throttle. Check them out at Sportsman's. A quality pair of optics is an absolute must. Check out these Vortex at Sportsman's Warehouse. Make sure you take a GPS like this Rhino 655T with you into the backcountry. When we're out on a hunt like this once in a lifetime, we don't risk skinning our animal with anything but a Kershaw. Carlton, my absolute favorite knife. I use it everywhere, whether we're hunting and fishing. You guys have some brand new fillet knives out that are unique and different from other knives on the market.
What we're doing today is showing our commercial grade knives, which are called pro grade. And what they are is a lot of the recreational anglers now are using a commercial style knife in their own personal use. This has been accepted in the commercial fishing industry for a long time, but the styling and the handles and the quality of the steel is the same as a commercial grade, but we're actually selling it to the customer base that's usually getting their boat and their house. In a heavy use situation, the texturing on the handles is somewhat like a sandpaper texture, but it's not too tacky. If it was tacky, rubberized in heavy use, it could cause blisters. It starts with a small 4-inch fillet. This is our salmon steelhead style knife, which is a spoon knife used for taking the inside out of the animal, or of the fish, and then just basically gutting it with that. We have a fillet knife here, a 6-inch and a 9-inch fillet, and these tend to have different flexes based on the size of the blade. So this is a little more stiff, this is a little softer, used for that particular fish that you're going to be filleting. Two different bait knives, one's more of a cut plug knife for herring, one's more of just a traditional general use knife. We put a chef's knife in here for, some of these will end up in kitchen use. We have a breaking knife, which is a larger knife. We have a Granton edge on here, which helps help whatever you're cutting not stick to the blade. And then we have our large scimitar, and this tends to be for very large fish. Sometimes it gets into meat processing. Although these are blue handled and they're used we're talking about fish fillet knives, a lot of these can be used in game processing as well.
Kershaw knives, it's the only knife you're going to find in my pack or my boat. Next time you're thinking about filleting or you need a knife for your next adventure, Kershaw. It's the only brand you should be carrying. Parsley, and I'm just going to dice it up so that I've got a little parsley to throw on top of my fresh fish. Jalapeno, that's going to go right on the top of our fillets as they cook. The knives we're using are these Kershaw knives, and they are absolutely razor sharp. And then we'll cut some lemon wedges for us to put on the fish after we're done. And really, folks, that's all the prep work we need to do. Just going to go ahead and coat it a little bit so that our fish doesn't stick. We're going to take our fillets and we're just going to drop them right in the pan. Just like that. Those are fresh, right out of the water. Garlic them up just a little bit, give them a little extra flavor. Put a little bit of this parsley on there. Now, this is where it gets good. We're going to bake in some jalapenos right on top. Very last item again is a little lemon pepper zesty marinade. Don't be afraid to be generous. You saw the prep time here, just a couple of minutes. The longest time and most enjoyable time is out fishing and filleting. We're ready to go. I'm going to drop this in my oven. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my fillets, and we're going to drop them in this bag first of all. So the first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to take out my Kershaw fillet knife, and I'm just going to cut these diagonally so they're not quite so big. And I'm going to put them in this bag. I've got Al, our bass master, and Dan have been, the others were wanting to keep fishing. These guys were hungry along with me, so they're going to come in and have a little bass lunch with us. And I'll take my milk. I'm using some whole milk. I'm just going to pour it into my bag. That's it. Channel.
We've got to ride out of here too.
Yeah.
And we got to go back across that spot that you don't like.
It's about that wide, and it goes straight down thousands of feet. I shut my eyes in the dark.
We're hooked on Utah. It's not too late for you to fall down the hill. I'm just going to do a neck.